Hi, welcome. I'm Lisa. Welcome to day 13. And I wanted to continue with these illustrations. And today is shifting from horizontal to vertical perception. So I don't want you to be concerned if this all seems very complicated. I'm just giving you a way that's been very helpful to me. And what I did in this one was I added the first illustration that we did of moving through the clouds. So what I've done here is I put the illustration from yesterday in the circle of fear. So yesterday I gave you this, and I want you to just think about what this means. So right now you're in what seems like a present moment, and if I asked you to tell me about your story, you would probably tell me about your past. And if I asked you what you would like to happen in the future, you would tell me something about your future. And every single person who's on the earth can do the same thing. So that's what bodies do. We all have our own personal identity, and we're all in the mix. Like, we're all here. And what I wanted to show you, just using this example, is that this is in here. So that's your timeline. And what I asked for you to do the other day was to think about all the ways that you search for your happiness externally without stopping and being still and being determined to see everyone as your friend and go through the clouds and be in, it's just a state of mind. This is a state of mind, and this is a state of mind. And so when you see that looking for solutions, making more money, finding a better job, going on a diet, and there's nothing wrong with these things, but you see that they don't get you to the place where you really want to be. Because see, what's going to happen is once you shift over here, you will be doing all of these things, but in a new state of mind. So you'll be, getting in shape or making money or getting a different job or whatever it is that you were trying to find your happiness. But what's happening now is you're making the shift to happiness first, and then you're doing everything from this place. And it's a whole different experience. And so what I was introducing yesterday, and I didn't want to leave you on this, because like I said, we're allowing ourselves to emerge from fear. We're leaving conflict behind. We're saying, it doesn't serve me. I don't need it. I don't want to engage in conflict anymore. I don't want to gossip anymore. I don't want to tell stories. I don't want to attack and criticize and blame. And I don't want to feel guilty. I don't want to attack others, and I don't want to attack myself. So it's important that we kind of finish this talk before we move on to other things of Christ's vision and hearing the voice for God, is in this still moment. So I've been talking a lot about rest and being still. In this moment, you forget about your body adventures. You give yourself that gift of saying, for 5 minutes, I wanted to put this one in here. This is a quote from A Course in Miracles. For every 5 minutes spent listening to the truth, 1,000 minds wake up and 1,000 years are saved. So in this holy instant where I'm just quiet, saying, yes, I remember I am spirit, I am free, I am whole, I am complete, I am one with God. In that moment, because all minds are joined with mind, 1,000 minds out there in time and space are having a stirring. They're finding a book, they're hearing a song, they're having an experience because I'm resting in my own mind. And so what happens is in the holy instant, and this is just that moment of stillness, you literally leave this state of mind completely. There's nothing to forgive. And you can go out here and drop back into this state of mind. And now all I ask you to do is to watch when you fall back to old habits. So I put this little circle here as a reminder for me, just to remember this, that you are the work of God, and His work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because this is what he is. I made a little mistake here, and I decided to leave that in because I want to encourage you to make mistakes. You know, the human being wants to be perfect, and I thought, oh, should I start the whole page over? No. This is good. This is perfect. And you get to a place now where you're just being yourself. You're not walking on eggshells anymore, trying to be your version of what you think a spiritual, holy, innocent person is like. You literally have all the blocks and obstacles begin to dissolve from the light, from your willingness to forgive and to remember that you're wholly lovable, wholly loving. And that's why I asked for you to do the Christ child exercise. Like, I've actually been giving you two different things, if you've noticed. I talk about the illusion, and I also have been sort of every other day, I bring it back to the Christ child and to your true identity as light. And I've done that intentionally because I want you to remember who you are. And as you do that, the light, it's just moving. It literally starts dissolving all of these grievances by themselves, but you have to be part of the process. You have to say, yes, I'm willing to allow this to occur. So I wanted to go back here. So there's a couple of different ways you see to get over here. It's like in the holy instant, you remember your identity and boom, you're over there. And what happens, and this is where the Bible says that the two states become one, the two become one. It talks about the two lying down together and the two become one. This all becomes one. That when you are standing in a space remembering who you are, and you're having that experience, you're not pretending, it's literally, the peace is felt. You literally are calling everyone out of fear to join you in the place where you are. So A Course in Miracles has this great sentence from Workbook Lesson 100. Your joy on earth calls all minds to let their sorrows go and take their place beside you in God's plan. So for today, really all I want you to do is keep shifting from horizontal to vertical. And this in the beginning seems like a lot of work. So all I ask for you today is to just keep catching when you're on a horizontal timeline, when you're thinking about the past, thinking about the future, and making a decision to be vertical. To just say, okay, I'm trapped in time and space thinking about how to fix my problems. And I'm telling the story. All we do here on the timeline is tell other bodies and people our stories. You never get out that way. So the only thing that you can do, and this is why this is such a personal journey, why I've asked for you for 40 days to just stay in your own circle, stay in your own backyard, and not tell stories, not fix your problems, not try to do your usual solutions, but to say, okay, as an experiment, I'm going to try this out. Can I, for 5 minutes today, rest in the holy instant? Just to go vertical, say, okay, God is with me. And I'm just here resting in this place. And then what happens, and you can't see it with the body's eyes, is this is all changing now. You see it. The people around you begin to change. Your problems begin to disappear. Everything changes because this starts dissolving. And again, my experience for years was just going back and forth between these two states of mind until suddenly there came this moment when I was tired of going back and forth. I just said, this is enough. This is a sharp-edged toy that I'm playing with, of continuing to allow stories and fear to pull me back into this place. I don't want to be here anymore. And what I do now is I think of problems or difficulties. I still have all sorts of things that are calling for my attention on a daily basis. Things breaking, people upset. I see them as threads, a little thread. It's not a big deal. And I'm so present, like I'm just in the moment and I'm saying, okay, wow, I'm remembering who I am. I'm remembering who this person is that seems to be angry or needs help. And what happens is that I'm moving now and staying consistently over here. And that's really all that's happening with A Course in Miracles. It's a way to move into a state of mind of love. So I thank you with all my heart for being here. And again, like I keep saying, is don't let this get complicated in your mind. This is a tool that's been helpful to me, and it's just following up from yesterday is forgiveness is all or nothing. There's no dark spot that we're leaving anymore. So I thank you for being here, and I love you.